Hello everybody and welcome to Ganesh Institute channel. So today we are going to discuss how we can say that particular partial differential equation is elliptical, parabolic or hyperbolic in nature. So I'm hoping that you already know what are partial differential equations because I've already made videos on them, but still I'm just recapitulating. You know, when we have something in our mind, any model, any theorem, be it in physics or mathematics, and we are an engineer and we are going to describe a model, any physical situation, let's say water flowing in the river or something. So when we have a situation and we just make it in the form of mathematical representation, then it is modeling, right? It is mathematical modeling. And when we find out the solution of that particular model, then it is what? It is called simulation. So partial differential equation help us in order to find out how we can find out the solution of particular model. Okay, so here we are going to study about the types of partial differential equation. So before that, keep this in mind. Let's say I have an equation, I have an example. You have del square u by del x square plus del square u by del y square and del square u by del z square 0. And just by looking at it, you need to find out whether this equation is elliptical, hyperbolic or parabolic in nature. Okay, so how you can find that? Keep this in mind that always whenever you have, you have three variable here, x, y and z. It may be x1, x2, x2, x3 or anything. If you are given with three variables, then you need to make a matrix. You need to make a matrix, and in that you need to assume the double partial differentiation of one function, let's say u, which is u here, with respect to one variable. Okay, double partial differentiation. Then you have double partial differentiation with both of the variables. Then you have double partial differentiation. So what I'm doing here, let's say you have an equation, you have a function u, and that function is in three variables, x1, x2, x3. Okay, just like here you have x, y, z. Let's say x1, x2, x3. So you need to expand this in the form of double differentiation of u with respect to x1, then x1, x2, then x1, x3. Similarly, double partial differentiation of x2, x1. See, here you need to keep double partial differentiation of that variable in terms of all the variables. Okay, double partial differentiation of u with respect to x1, x2 and x3. Then just keep on moving, x1, x2, x1, x3, x2, x1. Then this is just a learning method how you can keep that matrix in your mind. Then you have double partial differentiation of x3 with respect to x3, x1. And what is left? x3, x2. Okay, you have this matrix. Now, when you have this matrix, you need to find out the eigenvalues of that particular matrix. I have already told you how to find out the eigenvalues. I will put that video also in the description box. You can check that out. So in terms of that, once you have found out the eigenvalues, I'll show you how to find them with an example as well. If those eigenvalues, if all the eigenvalues are positive, either positive or all the eigenvalues are negative, then you can say that that particular equation, partial differential equation, is elliptical in nature. Okay, and if let's say some of the eigenvalues, this is one factor, if some of the eigenvalues are positive, I mean there are mixed values, some are positive, some are negative, and that will make them, that equation, hyperbolic in nature. And if you have at least one eigenvalue as 0, at least one eigenvalue as 0, then that equation, that partial differential equation will be, that PDE would be parabolic in nature. Okay, so just come on to this example once again. So what you are seeing, if you convert it into matrix, just see it. You need to take the coefficient here, coefficient of all these variables. Okay, so you have, let's say, assume your x is x1, y is x2, and z is x3. Okay, so what you are having, double differentiation of u with respect to one variable. That means you have this, you have this one, and then this one, right? Rest all are not given to you. So the coefficient is what? 1. That means these values in the matrix are 1 and rest are all are 0. So you have your matrix, let's say A, as 1 1 1, just like identity matrix. Okay, now you have to find out the eigenvalues for these. So how you find out eigenvalues? By making a characteristic equation. So for characteristic equation you should have lambda. So basically A minus lambda I, this is your characteristic equation, determinant of A minus lambda I, right? So A is this matrix, lambda an identity matrix. So that means if I simplify this, just write it like this. I am simplifying, you may know this, but still I'm doing it. Lambda I is identity matrix, because this matrix is of order 3 by 3, so I am taking this as well, 3 by 3. Okay, if you solve it, this is as it is. If you multiply, scalar scalar property of the matrix, multiply with each term of the matrix, so this will become lambda lambda lambda, and rest will be 0. So this is now 1 minus lambda, 1, this one 1 minus lambda, and this one 1 minus lambda, right? Rest all are 0 minus 0, everything is 0, right? So this is your characteristic the matrix. Now determinant you need to find out. How you'll find out? So first 1 minus lambda, then you will hide this row, this column, and this row. What is left? This thing. Just multiply it. 1 minus lambda into 1 minus lambda, that means square. Minus is in formula, 0 multiplied 0 is 0, right? So you have 1 minus lambda, then 1 minus lambda square equals 0. If you see, if you put 1 minus lambda as 0, and this you can split 1 minus lambda, 1 minus lambda. So here all the values are 1. So your all the 3 eigenvalues are positive, and if you see here, if all the eigenvalues either are positive or negative, no mix, then the equation is elliptical. So this is an elliptical partial differential equation, right? In this way you can find out how to classify the particular partial differential equation just by looking at it. Okay, if any one of them would be 0, then that would be parabolic, and all of them are the mixture, like plus 1, maybe it would be 1, then minus 1, or 1 minus 1 1 1, something like that, then it would be hyperbolic, right? So this is how you can find out the partial differential equation. So I have just explained you about 3 variables. Let's see about 2 variables in our next video. But till then, take care of yourself, and if you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye bye.